What's going on, world? This your girl Kiwi. Y'all know what we do, how we do it, and what day we do it on. This is Transparent Tuesdays. And no, you ain't gotta adjust your screen. Kiwi has on a new color today. It gave me all the reason to change up and bring out this good old green. So yeah, hey, happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. But I put the black and red on pause, and I did a little color today, so I have to say I look pretty good in it. But yeah, you know how it goes. But anyway, y'all know I'm a fool. But anyways, you know what's crazy is St. Patty's Day was one of the biggest days, money makers for the club. It was a huge day. We had cases of beers lined up on the wall, and we used to have beer stations, specialty beer stations set up, and it was a day. It was one of them days where a lot of money came in. And it's crazy because I thought about that, like I said, celebrating and going on 5 years, that I made such a decision. And yes, it's been hard. And yes, I've had questions. And yes, I've had doubts. Yes, I've fallen. But I have continued to press forward to the reason why I made the decision. And it's interesting as I mature into this deliverance walk with God, and not just from homosexuality, but from all the things. There's so many other sins that I commit, and I keep trying to tell y'all, there's so many other things I could get involved in outside of that. So it's not just that, but just daily, surrendering my life to God is a task within itself. So, today I was just thinking about, the decision I made, and God reminded me what was crazy is I had a huge day of personal training today. It was huge, and it felt good because there was no conviction in that. It was no, looking at it like, this ain't the right, probably shouldn't be doing this. It felt good to be not only doing something that I know was definitely a gift from God, but helping other people in a positive way. I don't take anything away from any other club owner, but when I look at what I was doing, yes, very successful entrepreneur, yes, making mad money, and I wasn't forcing anybody to do something, but I was continuously letting people drink till they would fall out, and the way I made my money was because I wanted them to drink and fall out. It just, my point of it all is now I'm living on purpose with the actual purpose. There was no method to my madness other than making money and making sure everybody had a good time. But now it's changed. Not only am I doing what I absolutely love to do with training individuals, I'm changing people's lives for the better. Not only just physically, but mentally. Having these one-on-one talks with some of my clients that, that's losing 22 pounds or, starting to eat the right way and just feeling better about their bodies is awesome. So to compare, and sometimes, and I'll be honest with you, we do a lot of comparing of, I'll be honest, financially, I'm not where I would love to be. This is real talk. But when I look at my purpose, and I'm not, y'all know I keep it real with y'all. Yes, it is a struggle. I'm real talk. It's a struggle. I still, to this day, I'm like, God, I feel like I financially should be in a better place. But I look at where I'm at and how I'm growing. And I say, God, if I really look at this thing, if I really look at what you're doing, that every day I can wake up and love what I'm doing, and understand that I'm doing it with the great purpose behind it. Something that's pleasing to you. And you are steadily putting me on that next level to get to that point where financially, not only will I be okay, but I'll be well off to help the next person and the next person, to help the next person, to be. I mean, when I look at where my club could have been and the things that, to be honest with you, outside of that, what I was doing and what I was putting myself into, I just, outside of just my sexuality, it just, it was all for the money, you know. Um, it really was, and I look at it and just knowing that I'm living with the true purpose, and if I was to, you know, God forbid I pass today, I'm leaving something that I can say was stamped and approved by Jesus Christ himself. That's how I feel. If I would have left, I don't think I would have been approved. And there's a certain level of peace, a certain level of excitement and joy, that puts a smile on my face today. And in times that this thing gets hard, it's moments like this that, and I know I've said this before, and I do my best to help you all. I know sometimes picking up the Bible, reading the same scriptures over and over again doesn't do what you needed to do at the time. Yes, you know what it says, you know where it's at, you know everything. You can Google it, you can find it, you can hear it, you can listen to it in a sermon, but for some reason, it's not enough. But the crazy part is you play a chapter in the Bible that other people will read. This chapter of my life, you know what I'm saying? This life that I'm living, for me, I feel like I'm writing myself in the Bible. Because somebody can look at my life and say, man, she did this, 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 and that. And it allows me to look at my life and say, man, I've been through this and God did this, this, and that. I'm writing my own chapter so that the next person can be motivated and can be, can continue to press and push on, knowing that living for Christ is the best thing they possibly could do. This walk ain't easy. But I've read the Job stories. I've read, what Paul has gone through. I've read all of that. And it's pushed me to get to the place where I'm at now. But I'm living right now on purpose so that I can be a chapter, in that, so that somebody else, can feel compelled to continue to push and press forward. I need you to look at your life. There's somebody that's looking at you. There's somebody that admires you. There's whether it's your child, your sister, your mom, it's somebody. Somebody that watches you on Facebook every day. And you are their chapter. That you are the person that they are looking at your life and figuring out how to live their own. I personally take that seriously. Sometimes I don't know what to do other than do Transparent Tuesdays. Because a lot of times when I read emails and I don't know what to say. Other than I know that my ministry is right here telling you, well, this is how I got through it. This is how I seen it. This is the perspective. And most importantly, I'm still here. So, I pray that in those days and times when maybe the scripture doesn't work, maybe that prayer didn't work, maybe it's a little silent and God is not speaking, that you can become your own ministry. And you can look at your life and say, you know what, I made it this far. I'm doing this. Or I'm not doing this. But there's people that are watching me. And if I'm living on purpose, if I'm living to not only be pleasing to God, but to leave something for the next person. What are they seeing? Is your life approved and stamped with God right now? I'll be honest, I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm still a sinner, you know. But I'll be honest with you. My life, if I had to, stand before God, I would have to say, I think I'm walking in. Yeah, I think, you know, I've done my best. I've made my mistakes, but I've done my best. And every day, with my prayer, I look to do better than I did yesterday. Sometimes it don't necessarily happen that way. I do my best. So, um, I say this, I like living on purpose. And though the money may not add up, my life adds up to exactly what it needs to be. And that makes me very happy. And I hope that for some of you all, and I feel like I'm talking to those that, you kind of get frustrated with doing good. You kind of get frustrated with walking a narrow path. You kind of get frustrated with being the eyeball out. You kind of get frustrated being the only one. You kind of get frustrated with not understanding the position and place that God has you or season that you're in. Let me just tell you, it's probably the best place for you to be. You're exactly where you need to be. Exactly. Take that as you are standing out so that other people can see exactly what they need to see so they can be the next person to stand out. Live on purpose. Make a difference. And most importantly, be stamped and approved. So, I don't know, I was talking to my best friend the other day. This is just random side note. It's kind of been weird because God has, you know, uh, in the past I have done Transparent Tuesdays, and literally it feels like I'm outside of my body. Like God would just, He's, in many of Transparent Tuesdays taken over, and I've had to watch Transparent Tuesdays afterwards. Like, man, what did God say? He ministered to me, but it seems like in this season He's allowed me to just really just kind of share my feeling. I don't feel like He's kind of taken over. And I was concerned about that. I said, well, am I like disconnected from Him? But I realized that it's just a place that in a season that He's really just allowed me to kind of express myself. And it's not, I'm not giving no major word, I'm not giving no scriptures, and, ain't no Bible study going on. It's just those times, that real talk of just going through life, what I'm saying? And this is me talking, just me, and sometimes I just be wanting to be like, nah, this can't be it. But, from the last couple of videos, just hearing the comments and things, I pray that the transparency and the realness of me just being me is reaching somebody, So just know, I'm praying for all of y'all out there. I don't know y'all all by name, but I pray that every message, if it just reaches one person, that I've done what God has called me to do. And yeah, it is what it is. So I love y'all, and continue to keep me in prayer. This thing is not and never has been easy, but there's a reason for my smile, and I hope you can find that same reason in the midst of it. For some of us, we've been sitting in the oven for a long time, but when we get out, it's gonna be amazing. So, all right, y'all. Before I get rambling again, I'm out. Peace. See you next Tuesday. Peace.